So these souls are calling us forward. They're sent by God to educate us, not just to live here on this planet, but to prepare for the next world. But they have something to say about us living here, about how we can develop these spiritual qualities, these spiritual perfections, how we can develop spiritual behavior. It's in their writings. Baha'u'llah says the main work that we are to engage in now in this day and age is to carry forward an ever-advancing civilization. It's the same work as previous messengers of God, but we advance by degrees on this planet. We progress slowly but surely on this planet, just like a child progresses through his schoolwork to become more and more educated. Its capacity increases as it's developing and so on. So we can develop all these spiritual qualities if we enable ourselves to be involved in making our contribution to an ever-advancing civilization. And Baha'u'llah says the main work we can be involved in today to advance civilization is to contribute to the unity of mankind, to contribute to the building up of united communities of service, communities of love for God, communities that will change this hell-like condition on this earth to one that Christ himself promised when he said his kingdom would come on earth, this earth, as it is in heaven. It's a promise of Christ. Abdu'l-Baha says, do you think Christ would ask us to pray for something, promise that we would have it, and not allow that to come about? We are in the process of bringing, through our contribution, with all our wonderful spiritual qualities of wisdom, patience, love, as we've spoken about before. Justice is a huge quality, characteristic of ourselves. If we can bring these to bear in our service to the rest of mankind, our souls are naturally developing. Allah says, the earth is but one country, and mankind its citizens. Glory not in this that you love your country, glory in this that you love your kind, that you love mankind. So Allah is shifting us away from just our own limited views of our country, where our country, to be a patriot is good, be a world citizen is even better. But if we go down the line of nationalism, my country first, right or wrong, this is a great evil of this day and age. So we're being asked to come away from limited ways of looking at things on this planet to say, how can I contribute to the unity of mankind? How can I make our contribution to the unity of mankind? And when we do that, we are actually developing those spiritual qualities which are essential for the next world. Just like the child in the womb of its mother is developing those qualities and those limbs, organs, faculties and so on ready for this world, then we will be developing through making our contribution to a united world community as united at an international, national and local level, where such communities are so caring, so loving, and do various things which are necessary to upkeep its unity. If we're doing that, we are serving the best interests of ourselves and of the rest of humanity, and we are making progress. We're making our progress individually, and we can be happy with that because we, as we said before, human happiness is founded on spiritual behavior. If we don't behave in a spiritual way, and that means just getting attached to the things of the world all the time. Attachment to the things of the world causes our greatest misery. And there are many things that happen to us in our lives. We think the only way to be happy is when I go on a holiday, I will be happy. When I pass my exams, I will be happy. When I find a wife or a husband, I'll be happy. And then the reverse of that, or the opposite of that, when I've divorced from my wife or husband, I'll be even happier. I'll be happy when the children grow up. I'll be happy when, if I can win on the lottery. So happiness, these are all material ways of thinking about happiness. And it's endemic in this secular society, a society without a belief in the loving kindness of God. It's endemic. And somehow or another, we have to move away from that concept of happiness. That happiness doesn't come from these things. It glues us to the world even more. So these messengers of God have come to detach us from the things of the world. And the way in which we can get detached is to understand that all these other things are drinking, some people taking drugs, involvement in permissive society and so on. We think that that's going to be happy, and going back to the holidays and the exams and so on. I think some psychologists have called this destination addiction, that we're only happy when we get to a certain destination of physical happiness. But in actual fact, it's like our souls need to be free from these things of the world. Of course, we have to live in the world. We have to take part in the physical things of the world. But to become attached to the world is our greatest unhappiness. So if I'm attached to alcohol, if I'm attached to my ambition, so as all I can think of is becoming a CEO, or working up the ladder to become superior to other people, and thinking that this is going to cause us happiness. No, the thing that causes happiness is when we use the potential that God has given us through all the wonderful attributes or qualities of these gems in our mind for the help and service and the understanding and love for our fellow human beings. So as we learn to have unconditional love.